Hey everybody, it's Eric, 80s Horror Man here, and welcome to my end of the month haul for the month of February. Now, these are stuff that I got throughout the month of February, even though February is always the short month every year. I didn't get much stuff throughout the month of February. I only got like 7 things. So I mean, like I said, did the best I could. Did it with me trying to make my new car payment and me trying to pay off my truck there too. So without further ado, let's get started with the stuff that I bought throughout the month of February. I got 3 CDs, 1 DVD, 2 Blu-rays, and 1 book. So the book I picked up, but I ordered this from Amazon and I've been seeing it posted on social media from certain people who I follow on social media. And, that's the book of Sackhead, the definitive retrospective on Friday the 13th, Part 2. I don't know much details on this book. I mean, I just keep seeing this book displayed on social media by certain people of who I follow. So I probably might give this a read, even though I don't get time to read books as much, not like I used to, but I probably might need to check this out. Okay, next are the soundtracks. Uh, the first soundtrack I end up getting. But first, before I get to the soundtracks, I found this website called cdsyouwant.com. And what that website is, it displays like soundtracks that you've been wanting to get for so long, and apparently you can't because either the soundtrack that you've been trying to get was either on record or it was out of print or the soundtrack just never had like an actual CD release. Well, this website actually puts these soundtracks out on CD here. So I guess you could consider them to be like a bootleg soundtracks if you want to call it. But that's the name of the website. I'll put the name of the website in the link in the video as well for people who was watching this video in case they're interested in getting some of these soundtracks from this website that I found. It's called cdsyouwant.com. All one word. So the first soundtrack I decided to pick up after I watched the movie, and I'll show the movie, and that's the soundtrack I decided to get is The Guardian. Now this one has like 6 theme musics from the score for the film and 4 songs from the movie. So I'll explain about the Guardian when I show it off. Okay, next for the other soundtrack I decided to get from that same website, cdsyouwant.com. And I am so glad that this soundtrack finally got on CD, and I've been wanting to have it in my collection for so long. And that's the soundtrack of The Slumber Party Massacre, but this also has certain tracks from parts 2 and 3 as well. So I am just so glad I finally got the soundtrack of The Slumber Party Massacre in my collection. Next, this one CD I got from Amazon, and this soundtrack most recently got put out earlier this year. The company Interata put this out, and I've been wanting to get this soundtrack for so long, and the soundtrack was like out of print for so long, but thanks to Interata putting it out, they decided to put out the expanded edition of it, and I got this from Amazon because it's a good thing I got this for a good price too, because I checked it the next day. It was like a little over 40 some bucks for this soundtrack. And that's the soundtrack of Silver Bullet. So I finally got the soundtrack of Silver Bullet, and I've been wanting to get this in my collection for so long, and I'm glad I did. So thanks to Interata for putting this soundtrack out, putting out the expanded edition of it. So again, I got this from Amazon. So if you like the movie Silver Bullet and you like the music from the movie, that's where I got it from. So you get this either from eBay or Amazon, one or the other. Okay, the movies now. First, the DVD I bought. I bought this DVD on eBay, even though it was used, and I'd never seen it before. But this is a sequel to the very first movie that I already have in my collection, and this one's got Bill Moseley in it, and that's 2001 Maniacs: Field of Screams, unrated. So this is the unrated version of 2001 Maniacs: Field of Screams, and I thought this movie was actually fun, interesting, just like the first one was. Was it unique kills, good blood, gore? So, very fun movie to watch. Okay, next for the Blu-rays. I finally got this movie now on Blu-ray now that I upgraded from the DVD to the Blu-ray, and that's Deadly Friend. So, I finally upgraded this movie now from the DVD to the Blu-ray, and I've been wanting to get that for quite some time because I know it was done by Wes Craven for one, and I used to have this movie on VHS at the time there too, and then I got the DVD of it, and now I finally got the Blu-ray. So very happy to have that in my collection. And last for the Blu-ray, here, as I mentioned, I showed off the soundtrack to this movie. So this is the movie that I have that I actually ended up watching for the very first time and how I came across it. And that's The Guardian. So, how did I come across this movie? It's because I was watching this documentary on YouTube. That was my first time seeing, called Boogeyman, the Killer Compilation, where they show certain horror icons, give out little details of who this horror icon is, and they show a certain clip from that certain movie that they're a part of. So that's how I came across this movie, The Guardian, because they considered the witch druid, Camilla, to be like one of the boogeymen. So basically, this movie is directed by the same person who did The Exorcist, and this was done in 1990, and this was actually pretty good. I actually ended up liking this one about where a yuppie couple hires this woman to be their nanny, but turns out the woman they hired to be their nanny is actually a witch druid who sacrifices newborn babies to a tree. So that's how I came across this movie, The Guardian, and that's why I decided to get the soundtrack. So, like I said, I never heard of this or seen this movie until I came across it by watching that documentary on YouTube, Boogeyman, the Killer Compilation. So, The Guardian from 1990. Here, not bad of a movie, very fun. Alright guys, so that's it for my end of the month haul for the month of February. What do you guys think? Have you seen any of these movies before? Did you like any of the other stuff that I showed off, like the soundtracks or the book? If so, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Also, like and subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for some more videos. Later.